Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will cover some objective questions. This is part 11 of this series, useful for NHPC JEE and SSC JEE and all state SSC and PSC exam like UPPSC and UPSSC JEE and other PSU exams also. First question. Question is a series of operations which takes place in a certain order and restore the initial conditions at the end is known as reversible cycle, irreversible cycle, thermodynamic cycle, none of these. It's a thermodynamic cycle. Initial condition and final condition both are same. Restore the initial conditions in a series of operations. It's a thermodynamic cycle. C is the correct option. Next question, heat and work both are path functions. So from option D is your correct answer. Intensive properties independent of mass, like examples are very important: pressure, temperature, density, specific volume, viscosity. Then your extensive properties depend on mass, your volume, then energy, then heat capacity, point function. Point functions are here, does not depend on path or history. Examples are temperature, pressure, path functions, heat and work. And in your path functions, magnitude depends on the path followed during the process as well as the end states. And point function does not depend on the path or history. And for point function also, magnitude depends on states only, not how the system approaches to that state. Next question. The ratio of largest load in a test to the original cross-sectional area of the test piece is called as, it's your ultimate stress, load largest divided by original cross-section area. So from option ultimate stress, C is your correct answer. Question is, a bearing material should not possess the characteristics of high, should not possess coefficient of friction, it should low. So high coefficient should not possess high coefficient of friction. This one is correct answer. And hardness should high. Thermal conductivity case value should high. Melting point also, this should high. So correct answer is A. For a fluid, SSC JEE questions 2012. For a fluid at rest, the shear stress is 0. The shear stress is 0 only on the horizontal plane. Shear stress is maximum on a plane inclined at 45 degree to the horizontal. The shear stress depends on the coefficient of viscosity. So we know fluid at rest means shear stress is 0. Fluid cannot resist shear stress at rest. Next question asked in SSC JEE 2013 paper. The vertical distance of the center of pressure below the center CG of the inclined plane area submerged in liquid is how much? So vertical distance of center of pressure, H star equal to Ig sin square theta divided by Ax bar. Theta inclined plane area, x bar is the distance of CG plane area from free liquid surface. ICG or Ig is area moment of inertia about centroidal axis as parallel to the free axis. and area A is the area of surface touching the fluid. From option Ig sin square theta by Ax bar. C is your A is your correct answer. Which one of the following assumptions of Bernoulli's theorem is not correct? So assumptions are ideal fluid or mu equal to 0, steady flow, then flow should continuous, then incompressible or rho is constant, non-viscous, irrotational, applicable along a streamline. So from option we will check. Flow should not be unsteady. Unsteady means steady. Flow should be continuous. This one continuous. This one also correct. This one also correct. Fluid should be compressible. Compressible means this one violating. Rho should be fluid should be incompressible or rho density is constant. So C is your correct answer. This is not a assumption for Bernoulli's theorem. Flow should be frictionless or mu equal to 0. C is your correct answer. A wrong assumption. Next question. Pitot tube is used for the measurement of pressure, flow, velocity, discharge. Its velocity or stagnation pressure, actually pitot tube directly measures stagnation pressure. From stagnation pressure you can get your velocity. Then venturimeter used to measure flow of fluids in pipe when pipe is horizontal, vertical in any position. So from option D is your correct answer. Orifice meter, discharge, from A is your correct answer. Orifice meter is used to measure discharge. Then in pitot tube, the velocity of flow at a point is reduced to 0. Reduced to 0 means stagnation point. That point is called as stagnation point. A is your correct answer. Next question, SSCG 2013 question. 1 ton of refrigeration is equivalent to 1 ton of refrigeration. 1 ton equal to your 3.5 kilojoule per second or 3.5 kilowatt or 210 kilojoule per minute or 50 kilocalorie per minute. All four options are important. So from 3.5 kilowatt. C is your correct answer. 3.5 kilowatt. Next question. The food compartment of a refrigerator is maintained at 4 degrees Celsius by removing heat from it at a rate of 360 kilojoule per minute. If the required power input to the refrigerator is 4 kilowatt, the COP of the refrigerator is how much? So refrigerator COP we have to calculate. So refrigerator T maximum or maximum temperature, outside temperature, refrigerator, anticlockwise cycle, minimum temperature or inside temperature, work done on the system. We have to calculate the maintained at 4 degrees Celsius. So T minimum equal to 4 degrees Celsius by removing heat from it at an rate of, so let this is Q1, Q2. Q2 equal to 360 kilojoule per minute. Power input to the refrigerator is 2 kilowatt. So R1 equal to 2 kilowatt. COP of the refrigerator we have to calculate, and we know COP equal to refrigerating effect or desired effect divided by watt done. So refrigerating effect, it's in 360 kilojoule per minute. 360 kilojoule per minute. You convert it to kilojoule per second. So divided by 60. 6 kilojoule per second. Then watt done also it's in kilowatt or 6 kilowatt. Refrigerating effect is 6 by watt done is 2 kilowatt. COP is 3. D is your correct answer. Next question, SSCG 2014 question. A Bell column on cycle is reverse Stirling cycle, reverse Carnot cycle, reverse Joule cycle, reverse Atkinson cycle. It's reverse Joule cycle or reverse Brighton cycle. C is your correct answer. Next question, OPSC question. Which of the following indicates the correct order in the path of flue gases? So in boiler, flue gas path. So this one GA arrangement or general arrangement of steam generator or boiler. This area is your furnace area. From coal mill, you will get coal here from both sides. Or from all sides you will get. So then furnace to water valve panel, then superheater, reheater, then this one your economizer, this one your economizer. Below economizer, this area you will get air preheater or APH. Then this one hooper, bottom hooper, then ESP, and after ESP chimney. So from option we will check superheater, economizer, then air preheater. A is your correct answer. This area superheater, then economizer, air preheater, then chimney. You will get chimney here. Here you will get chimney. From here superheater you will get here. Superheater, reheater. In this region you will get. Then here economizer, air preheater. Then this one ESP. Then chimney. This one superheater, SH, economizer, air preheater. This one ESP, electrostatic precipitator. This one chimney. Next question, in thermal power plant, the deaerator is used mainly from remove the air from condenser, no. Increase fire water temperature, no. Reduce steam pressure, remove dissolved gases from the feed water. Deaerator or DM plant used to remove the dissolved gases from feed water. Here in this diagram you will get deaerator here, then your feed pump, then economizer, water valve panels, superheater. Next question, economizer is used in a steam power plant to heat. Economizer, it uses flue gas to heat the feed water. B is your correct answer. Economizer exactly above the air preheater in secondary circuit. Up to this area your primary circuit. Then your secondary circuit, you will get economizer here. Above the air preheater. Below economizer, you will get air preheater. I already told. Furnace wall you will get, then superheater, then reheater, then again superheater, low temperature reheater, low temperature reheater, low temperature reheater, then economizer, then air preheater, then ESP, then you will get your chimney. Economizer you will get here. Economizer. Next question. The process of maintaining the speed of a steam turbine constant for various load conditions is known as. Speed is constant. Speed of a steam turbine is constant for various load conditions. Load is variable. Process is it's governing. It's an already discussed in my previous video. Size of boiler tubes is specified by outside diameter and thickness. So from option mean diameter and thickness, outside diameter and thickness. Yes, B is your correct answer. Asked in Nagaland PSC paper in 2017. Boiler tubes. So this is boiler tube. Specified by outside diameter and your thickness. Because outside diameter is fixed by the manufacturer, but inside diameter it's little bit variation. Exact diameter you will not get. Inside diameter exact value you will not get. Little bit variation, it's always there. That's why boiler tubes mainly specified by outside diameter and thickness. Next question. In fire tube boiler, pressure is limited to, it's around 20 bar pressure. So from option 16 bar, A is your correct answer. This is the end of this part. Thank you friends. Thanks for watching my video. Thank you.